So here we are, among the bushes, among the shrubbery. And I want to talk about the subconscious mind. Now, I am no genius. I'm not a Jordan Peterson or anything like that. And I never really thought about psychiatry and psychology and all of that stuff for the majority of my life. It just didn't seem important, or I was like, yeah, okay. Because I was never sexually abused, thank God. I was never beaten to a pulp by my parents or anything like that. So I really didn't think it applied to me as far as digging deep into psychology and emotion. Oh man, was I wrong. As I got older, I started realizing the importance of mental health and started working on myself bit by bit, piece by piece, but at a very slow pace. Now, sometimes you do need to go slow, but other times you can speed up the process if you directly move toward the obstacle. Well, just recently, I had decided to dive deep into mental health and to dive deep into exploring why I think the way I think, why I feel the way I feel, what is holding me back. Because I had started noticing that there were so many things I wanted to do, but I would just not do them, or I would take forever and only get a little bit of the way there and then quit. What was going on? What was happening? What could I do? And it seemed like it was a psychological thing. I got help by studying the Stoics and philosophy. That helped a lot. But I wanted to dive deeper. And now psychology really starts making a lot of sense. And after having an experience with psychedelics, studying that a lot before I actually partook and paid to get a great service. It's the missionwithin.org, I believe. Excellent people that guide you through your psychedelic experience and all the counseling leading up to the session and then the counseling after. Joining different support groups and, just studying online. And now recently, with some struggles that I've been having, it is very apparent that the subconscious mind is very, very powerful, and that the subconscious mind is very real. It isn't some mumbo jumbo. It isn't some kind of like, hippy dippy kind of feel good type of thing. It genuinely is a real thing. The subconscious mind, at least in my layman's terminology way of thinking about it, is that it is the you inside of you. It is very much part of you, but at the same time it is separate from you. It is the part of your mind, the part of your soul, if you will, that you can't consciously be aware of, that it's hard to communicate with that part of your brain. And it seems weird, seems strange. It seems like, what are you talking about? You have split personalities. Everybody has multiple personalities in them. I don't know. But I will say, with a few experiences that I've had in the recent months and year, I really do believe wholeheartedly that the subconscious is real and that the subconscious is a major reason why we act the way we believe the things we believe, all the difficulties that we may have, or all the triumphs that we have in our lives is due to the subconscious part of ourselves that is lying beneath the surface. Some might call it the shadow, or I don't know. I haven't read Jung. I've only listened to Jordan Peterson a little bit and listened to some other people talk about it and watched some videos about Jung specifically. But the reason why I'm making this video is because recently I've been waking up at like 4 a.m., 3 a.m., and just waking up and having this feeling of worry, self-doubt, I'm fucking up, it's never gonna work, referring to the YouTube channel and changing my career, leaving healthcare, and this cloud, this feeling, this sensation of doubt is just like coming to me as soon as I wake up. And I'm not sweating bullets or anything, I'm not having heart palpitations, but I just feel this gnawing, deep-rooted feeling of fear and self-doubt and self-loathing, that I'm not recording enough videos, I'm not doing enough, that I'm slacking, that I literally quit my job, and here you are spending days and days and days without working on the channel at all. What are you doing? And in the past, I've learned to start speaking directly to fear. Interfamily systems or something like that. One of the counselors from my psychedelic experience taught me about this. And I've had incredible, powerful experience of speaking directly to fear, speaking directly to whatever you would call that. And really, what I'm talking to is my subconscious. I'm not really just speaking to fear. I'm speaking to the other me that is part of me. And now that I'm waking up in the middle of the night with these fears, I realize that something is going on with my subconscious. It is sensing something, something is happening, something that I'm doing or not doing is making my subconscious reach out to me through dreams when you're in that sleeping state, you know, in that state where you're not quite dreaming, but you're not quite awake. Those dreams and that in-between state seems to be, and I've heard this from Jung and other people, that that state is the place where you can actually make a bridge between your conscious and your subconscious. And so I've been trying, when I wake up like that, to speak directly to those feelings, to speak directly to the subconscious. And it's becoming very apparent that I have a lot of work to do. When I had my psychedelic experience, I believe what I was speaking to, and the situation alluded to the fact that I was speaking to myself, but I was speaking directly to myself, my subconscious. I didn't call it the subconscious, but that other me was speaking directly to me. And I'll talk about my Ibogaine experience, my psychedelic experience later, because it was a life-changing experience, but I needed that, and it was powerful, and there were tears and laughter and excitement, just an amazing, wonderful experience where I spoke directly to that inner self that had been sitting and waiting there the whole time. And it's coming up on a year. Next month, I believe it will be a year since my psychedelic experience. And I believe that it's probably time to do that again, because I feel that the resistance that I'm feeling when I'm not filming videos, where I'm spending a lot of time doing busy work but not actually getting anything done, and waking up in the middle of the night having self-doubt and fear, there's a lot of work to do. If I can train my subconscious to move forward, to see myself as, my ego, to see myself as, again, I'm throwing these words around, I don't really know what the fuck they mean. But it's like the ego, which is the sense of self, that is resisting the change that I'm trying to do, that is causing resistance out of fear and all of these other things, self-doubt that's all based in fear and not wanting to change, wanting to be safe. If I can train my subconscious and my ego to perceive myself as the person I want to be, right? I guess affirmations and all of this stuff is part of all that. Visualization and all that. I have to make that all a priority. And I think that it's important for everybody. The more and more I experience these strange things of waking up in the middle of the night with this fear and this doubt, speaking to my fear, and as I speak to my fear lovingly and caringly, I start tearing up and feeling very emotional. The experience I had with Ibogaine, where I was literally speaking to myself, and that inner self was speaking to me a mile a minute, so happy to see me, telling me that he is me, and that I am you, you are me, and therefore because I love you, that means you love you too, and all of these fun things. And the power that I felt there, I realize now that the inner self, that subconscious mind, the brain that is inside of your brain that you're not aware of is real, it's there, and it matters. And that I have to focus on that, and that I think everybody else really ultimately needs to focus on that if they want to better themselves. It's strange, it's mysterious, and it borders on magic, and it borders on religion, but perhaps religion and the esoteric taps into those things, and that is the subconscious, and controlling the subconscious is indeed what all of those things are based on. And so that's my pursuit, and that's why I'm here speaking to the camera, making this for that throwaway channel, the raw channel, because I have to teach my subconscious mind, just speak to the camera. You are good at speaking to the camera. You're good at speaking off the cuff. You are able to speak and have inflection and not worry about the helicopters flying overhead, or worry about the wind, or worry about the lighting isn't perfect or the sound isn't quite perfect. That you're just going to speak, and you are good at YouTube to convince that subconscious mind to be comfortable, to ease those fears, and to become that thing that I am teaching my subconscious that I am. And that's the point of this channel. Thanks for listening.